Jon Stewart apparently has a problem, or does he, with JK Rowling's Harry Potter series. The former Daily Show host has questioned the controversial author's use of what he called an anti-Semitic trope in her goblin characters. What? Take a look.
She did not, in a wizarding world, just throw Jews in there to run the fucking underground bank. You ever see the scenes in Gringotts Bank? And they're like, I love the scenes in Gringotts Bank. He's like, do you know what those folks that run the bank are? And they're like, what? And they're like, Jews. I just want to show you a caricature. And they're like, oh, look at that. That's from Harry Potter. And you're like, no, that's a caricature of a Jew from an anti-Semitic piece of literature. JK Rowling was like, can we get these guys to run our bank?
Yeah. Rowling, the famed author, billionaire author, in fact, has caused a stir with her comments about the transgender community having nothing to do with this issue that Jon Stewart's talking about. But LGBTQ activists have blasted her for inflammatory rhetoric. So is she now just someone that has to be targeted even with smears by people who are on the left? For more on this, we bring in Rob Smith, host of the podcast Rob Smith is Problematic. Rob, thanks for being with us.
Absolutely. Anytime, Buck.
So, okay, because we're honest here, right? We'll tell people what's really going on. That clip that we showed, that aired in December. Since then, Stewart, who was a comedian slash propagandist for the left for many years, an effective one, took to social media to correct how he feels or what he says about Rowling and the Harry Potter franchise. Let's watch this and then we'll dive into this together.
I do not think JK Rowling is anti-Semitic. I did not accuse her of being anti-Semitic. I do not think that the Harry Potter movies are anti-Semitic. I really love the Harry Potter movies, probably too much for a gentleman of my considerable age. So I would just like to say that none of that is true, and not a reasonable person could not have looked at that conversation and not found it lighthearted. I cannot stress this enough. I'm not accusing JK Rowling of being anti-Semitic. She need not answer to any of it. I don't want the Harry Potter movies censored in any way. It was a lighthearted conversation. Get a grip.
Actually, I don't think it was a lighthearted conversation. I think that he's trying to gaslight everybody right now. Unless I missed something, what was funny about what he said the first time around? I missed that.
Well, so this is what I think is happening right here. I think that when they were having that conversation, the initial December conversation, it was humorous, right? I think that he was kind of just joking a little bit. But what you have to understand is that now JK Rowling is a target of the left because of her comments about transgender women and basically her belief in biological sex. I have read every single thing that JK Rowling has said on this issue. It is nothing crazy. It is nothing outrageous. It is just not what the far left wants pushed, right? So she is a target. So what Newsweek did was they found a 3-minute clip from a month-old podcast or whatever and tried to gin up this idea that JK Rowling is now an anti-Semite, right? Because we already know, quote unquote, that she is a transphobe. So now she's an anti-Semite too. And so what this is, and I'm glad that Jon Stewart kind of nipped this in the bud, but what he doesn't understand is that the left that he was a part of when he was in his heyday has completely morphed. And he doesn't understand that these people go for blood now. They want to cancel everybody. And this is him kind of like pushing back on that a little bit. But I don't want to give him too much kudos for this because this is a part of the monster that he has created.